Hi, welcome back to Gwen's Opinion on the Tea. This tea about this bill is about two sisters, Jaimey Greene and Jazzmyne Greene. The sisters was found shot in their front yard in Lexington community around 9:15. Jaimey and Jazzmyne Greene were from Columbia, South Carolina. They were members of the Brooklyn Baptist Church. They had a great bond with their mom. Jaimey Greene was 20 years old. She graduated from Gray College Academy class of 2019. She was a sweetheart and a new mom, and she was also a business owner. She owned a boutique called Kardashian Closet by Jaimey. She sold sunglasses, lashes, and fur shoes. Jazzmyne was her older sister. Jazzmyne was 25 years old and also an entrepreneur. Jazzmyne was described as loving and nurturing. Jazzmyne had two children. One of the sisters got into a toxic relationship. The sister had left the man, but the man came to her residence, causing a fatal disturbance in Lexington. He came to her house and he caused a disturbance, and this happened in Lexington County. 3 dead after a shooting. A neighbor called 911 after hearing shots, then found 2 victims on the front yard. Police came. They were both pronounced dead on the scene. Police took hours collecting evidence. The shooter was nowhere to be found. Police stated everything was isolated. The incident was no threat to the public. They had 2 domestic calls from that house earlier that day. So later on, they found the suspect, Tyrone Thurman Jr. He was found deceased with a self-inflicted wound to himself in a parked car. So after he killed his 2 sisters, he went and parked in a parking lot and shot himself and took his own life. There was domestic violence. Here we go again with a domestic violence case. And she had left. She was like, she knew her worth was saying, that's it. It's over with. And you know how they say, if you're not going to be with me, you're not going to be with nobody. So the young man comes back and not only takes her life, decides to take her sister's life. And that's 3 children without their moms. That's their mother without their daughters. Yes, and it's crazy. And the Lexington community had to see these 2 females laying out on their front yard like they was trash. So, he took his own life. So, it's justice, but it needs to be awareness to domestic violence, because domestic violence cases has really, really been rising. I don't know if it's because of the pandemic and everybody was home with each other. I don't know what it is, but you hear a lot of domestic, and you hear that it turned deadly. Like, oh, they was about to go get the restraining order, or they had a restraining order. Like, it was one case that I was listening to. The female had went and got the restraining order. She took the restraining order to her management and asked them could they change the lock, because the young man had the lock. She was waiting on them to come change the lock. Well, before they changed the lock, the young man used the key, came in her house, and took her life. Domestic violence case I just did on the NFL player Otis. His mom and dad was having domestic violence issues. He came in and was defending his mom, and he ended up lost his life due to it. It's so many domestic violence cases out here that turn deadly. Like, it need to be hotlines all over the television, the internet, because everybody is on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everything on that. It should be help where people could get help from domestic violence, because a lot of people are scared to leave. They are scared of what's going to happen to them. So if they go to the police, that restraining order, that piece of paper doesn't mean nothing. Sometimes you have to remove these people for their safety. You have to remove them so that they could be, with their family, be able to live. Just remove them. Like, They don't need to get a piece of paper and remain exactly where they are, because that person is going to come back. I mean, you got a restraining order for a reason. That means that person is violent. That means sometimes they just don't care. You know what I'm saying? And they are blaming on love, but that's not love, because if you love somebody, you wouldn't hurt them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is so sad. They were both beautiful young ladies. They both, like I said, was entrepreneurs. 3 children between the both of them. One had 2, one had 1. Yeah, it's just really, 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 really sad, you know, the whole situation. So, yes, my condolences go out to the family. I can only imagine how the mom feels to lose 2 daughters at the hand of this one guy. I mean, my prayers are with the mom. And domestic violence awareness, we need more of this. And it seems like here lately we really need more, like I said. Please stay healthy and wealthy. Please like and subscribe to my video. This is my opinion. Everything is allegedly. Have a blessed day.